What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just not in that mood tonight. What's up? Otis Funkmeyer. This is Tick Tick Pop. We're gonna take a look at some of the foundational movements of Oakland Boogaloo. This video is called Oakland Boogaloo 101, breaking down the movements with Boogaloo Dan. Huge shout out to Bryce, Playboy Sticks, always just like giving the best information and the best filming of the information of the Bay Area styles. And I think that this is so important and crucial for all of us to understand the Bay Area styles on a very, very deep level, because it's so clear that this is ultimately where the dance that we're all doing originates from.
Before this show is over with, I'm going to show you a somersault. I'm going to show you a round off, pull back in the air with a chuck.
Just going to do a somersault?
Straight to the ground. I'll show you that.
All right. It's like a movie. You have to think this is the music that was out then. It's good filmmaking, Bryce. I mean, this is definitely, absolutely different than electric Boogaloo style. The whole feel is different. At the same time, to somebody that wasn't like a popping nerd, they're like exactly the same. But we're from another planet. Shout out to George Clinton. Shout out to the Yay area. This is good. This is hype. Some hype ass shit. Shout out to Playboys right there. It's dope to see this style spreading so much. Hype. It's like history. Part 3.
1973. I was 9 years old. Well, when I first started, they were doing the swinging of the arms. And they were stepping out with the swinging of the arms. Nowadays, it's different. They doing something like this with their wrist. I can't do it. They're doing something. But when I first started, it was bam, 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 and it was...
So the music, so this is before... God, I hope I'm not wrong on this, but this is before like flashlights. So this is before the era of like the boom, cat, boom, cat. The music was still that like soul kind of funk, ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, you know, and drum breaks that weren't like just heavy kick, clap.
Like I say, back then, Boogaloo, for everybody in the neighborhood, it was spontaneous. So,
and the reason I bring that up is the groove
at that time, it wasn't really just
doesn't have that robot. Yeah, see?
You know,
there wasn't one way to do it.
Somebody came out with creeping. Next week, somebody's doing the vibrating. Next week, I mean, it was just so much talent and so much creativity going on. So you wouldn't just one day at one time. This never happened at one time where you just had all these different Boogaloo formats going on. No, it didn't happen at one time. It happened over a period of time.
So this what he's describing from my very, very white perspective is a cultural movement, a cultural phenomenon where there's a collection of talent and creativity, as he's saying, that comes together and organically develops something because so many people are bouncing off of each other that things naturally occur. Somebody sees somebody stop, like he's talking about creeping, and they think, well, what if you did the vibrating? And that maybe they're influenced by like the Ray Harryhausen stop motion animation, claymation movies, or maybe influenced by their own imagination. But this is not something that's happening in a top-down way where there's like people like coming up with names and then doing something. They're just making things up on the spot. So this is what you see. The best example you can see of this right now is party dances that happen on Instagram and on Vine and YouTube that just come in and come out like on a weekly, monthly basis, and it's hot today and it's gone tomorrow. This is very similar to the kind of phenomenon that he's describing, but for whatever reason, this one stuck, and here we are, like 50 years later, almost, analyzing it.
Woo, woo, woo. So, like I said, the first thing I saw was the swinging of the arm, and I incorporate that in all my moves. You're gonna see me do it, all that. The next thing I picked up on was stopping on the dime. Stopping on the dime. We was diming back then. A lot of the dance had to do with animation, period. We're not going to leave animation out of it. A lot of the creations came out of animation. Then I was introduced to 3D.
And that would make sense, right? Because when you're thinking of like what separates this style of dance from just like regular people dancing at a party, it's the unhumanness of it. So it would make sense that early on people would like gravitate toward that unhumanness. And when you look at the younger kids today that are like sort of like reinventing this dance with what they call dubstep dance, again, it's the unhumanness that is what is initially attracting them. And I imagine that things like groove and musicality and so on will come later.
You know, it's a walking movement, but it's a dime, but it's like an animation.
It's like ticking.
Like when you see dinosaurs.
Claymation.
Well, old dinosaur movies, Seven Voyages of Sinbad.
Right, Seven Voyages. That's Ray Harryhausen.
They moved in like 3D. That move.
Shout out to Andre.
The swoop. I found out about the swoop, which is the transition move. It's not even, it's just a dance. Basically, it's a dance. Yeah, hopping. I saw the first person I seen hop, he came from down here, though. Man, Kenny Chambers, that's the first person I seen do that.
Props, Bryce.
Keep going to the side.
Back there?
Yeah, and you do it too with like a,
Yes, sir.
with the hop too.
Very,
Yeah.
Well, the first time I
props.
saw that,
It's very similar to what
real
called the
robot
old
did it.
man.
And I was just 76, 77. I seen them do it on the high school stage. See, all the stuff I seen was live and in person. And anything you see me do, I didn't watch none of it on TV. Period. Not at all. I didn't watch Electric Boogaloo and decided one day, because I see them on TV, I'm gonna run out there and do that. No, I've been doing it way before that. And all the homies been doing it way before that. So, if you want to talk about originality.
So let's clear up something, because this brings up the like eternal debate within the popping community that I don't want to go into too deeply anymore, but is about who created things. I think it's fair to say that if you just look at culture in general, it's very, very common for a different group of people to popularize something than to invent something. And again, the example I always go back to, being the nerd that I am, is the graphical user interface of the computer that you're using, watching this on your phone or your computer, that was created at Xerox PARC, but was popularized by Apple. So Steve Jobs, being a visionary, saw what this group of innovators, which is happening in the Bay Area, I guess, but Apple was the Bay Area too. So much for that enthusiasm. He saw what this group of inventors had created and was like, yo, if I take this thing and turn it into something, this can really be a thing. And he did that, and he created the personal computer, and the people at Xerox did not. So it's not fair to downplay what the Xerox PARC people created, and it's not fair to downplay what Steve Jobs created. And I think that that's really, like, that's the only path forward, popping community, is to say that the Bay Area did an amazing thing and the Electric Boogaloos did an amazing thing. They're both amazing. And they both can claim to be inventors, creators, etc., and both be accurate at the same time. We're moving into an and reality from an or reality.
It is what it is. It speaks for itself. Bryce was talking about the hot move. Now, I seen a video in the video Electric Boogaloo, and they did that. A lot of them did it. Basically all of them did it.
Oh man.
But good looking out. Good looking out, showing the world what we was doing.
Yeah.
See?
It's
they
tight.
had a move called the Seven Boys of Sinbad. I can't remember how it goes. But it was a move where you break down and you move. Right now, what they call it now is tutting and all kind of other things. The Seven Boys of Sinbad, you remember they had this creature in there with all these arms.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Seven
Props,
Boys of Sinbad.
Bryce.
You move his neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's Seven Boys of Sinbad. We called it worming. Well,
So let's not forget, just to give some props again to the Bay Area, that movie came out in 1973, which is long before the 1976 that Boogaloo Sam talks about in Fresno. So I think from this moment forward, it's just going to be an assumed thing for me that what we call popping as a cultural phenomenon was absolutely happening prior to the Electric Boogaloos. And that doesn't take anything away from the Electric Boogaloos, but I personally can no longer pretend that it kind of just came out of nowhere, because nothing in the evidence from my perspective shows that to be the case. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, I'm just some random guy on the internet, but that is what I personally have come to.
Worming, first time I seen somebody do it, I got a partner named Marcus Boyard. Marcus Boyard, every day he came out of his house. His house, he had a brim. This dude wore his brim every day. This was how he represented himself. And he was a bow-legged brother like this. So when he like being bow-legged, he would worm, and it looked like all kind of going on because his bow legs. Because his bow legs is doing one thing in his body. So when I first learned
So what's fascinating about that is that that's so similar to the idea that Boogaloo Sam talks about in The Creation of the Old Man, that they saw a crippled guy. So, I mean, talk about like taking limitations and using them to create. I mean, that's actually totally amazing. So for anyone out there with like physical limitations, like I'm not that flexible in a lot of parts of my body, and I sometimes have the capacity to use that to like downplay my own abilities, which is, in like from this perspective, crazy. It's like find out what I can do and do it really well.
75. This here, side to side. But y'all do it like this. Well, when I first saw it in 1973, it was shortened. It was this, and we just called it side to side. It was a side to side gesture where your hands come up and you kind of like pose one way.
Sure looks a lot like Fresno.
You pose. Well, after a period of time, we learned that you can double it up by just the movement of the leg, which go bam, 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 back to the 1, 2. There's not a 1, it's a beat.
Now that, what he's doing there, boom. When he just did that 1, 1, 2, that's like a very traditional party dance. Bum, bap, bum, 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 bum. That is a very, very foundational party dance thing. The 1, 1, 2.
You know, and then at some point they start going down with it. You know, me myself, I stay traditional. I do it today with the side to side, with the hand movement. Like
It's dope. All I want to say, I'm not going to claim who created what. I'm not in a position to say that. But when he does it, it looks dope.
Always side to side. The style, if you pose it, but it was always bop, bop. Some of them doubled up. Right. Bam. Banging came out. The move was there before they labeled it. See, that's what I said. All the moves were there, then later down they gave them these labels. But banging was just boom, boom, boom. That's banging.
That's tight. That's tight.
Banging was
Let's practice that.
Just boom,
Bop, bop,
boom.
bop.
That's banging.
See, I always talk about that trill shit. To me, that's that trill shit. Banging is that trill shit.
Yeah, he banging.
Yeah.
He banging. And banging.
Bad.
Banging is Boogaloo 101. Because from banging, boom. This is considered banging. That's banging.
Bah.
Boom. Boom. That's banging. So from banging, you get posing, you get animation, because it's still a bang. Bang, bang, bang. You'll see Chuck in his video. He'll vocalize, bing, bang, boom. That's because of the move. Whenever he's feeling, that's the transmission of vocal. So banging is just bang, bang, the hat, bang, bang. All that's incorporated
Is
in
your neck.
neck, bang. That's banging your neck. Bang your chest. That's banging.
I don't think I ever got taught that.
Bang your chest.
That's
That's
dope.
banging. You know, bang your hand. It's bang. It's like hitting the drum.
Tim
Bang,
DeWong,
bang,
animatronics, student at Tabos.
Easy concept.
He taught me this
Easy
is
to
pop,
decipher.
stop.
Yeah.
Pop, stop, pop, stop, pop, stop, pop, stop.
You have some cats can vibrate their whole body, but the vibration I learned was with the hands because it's another form of animation. So if you're creeping and you vibrating on the circuit, that's enhanced the vibration, the animation. The animation is just if you can just bang that
Ba-ba-da-da.
Bring it right down. It's you know, it's however you feel, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into practice sessions like on the regular, real soon. Like
1975. Now you remember that you're going to get on social.
intention. Get people in to work who are more experienced with this style. If you're more experienced with Oakland Boogaloo, you want to come to my studio, do practice sessions on the channel, hit me up. Nice. Nice editing, Bryce. Little sly.
So from there, we took it to the next level, which is the next split. Now, Real Robot did it. I seen Derek Levin did it the best. Because he did it in a robot.
Props on the history, bruh. Props to Bryce and Future.
Wow. A lot of this stuff is old to us. It might be new to you young cats. You might have first seen Michael Jackson did it. Kudos to Michael Jackson, rest in peace. But he's not the originator of that either. I'm different.
Yeah, what did y'all call it? Y'all have a name for it?
Oh, we just call it float.
Float.
Float. Broken Body was just simple bam, 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 bam.
That's
Now,
tight.
tall guy
That's
doing it.
tight.
Simple
Bam, 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 bam.
Now, tall guy doing it, it looks more
That's another
accurate
one to
because
practice.
of the length of his body.
We're gonna cut that out. Bap. And we're just gonna practice that over and over. Bam,
You
bam,
don't
bam,
have that
bam.
much posture to make it look. We used to call that the broken body. I had some guys, that was their only signature move. But people waited to see him do that.
Do you remember which guys were doing that?
Props on the
I had
questions.
a rest in peace named Snoop. The real original Snoop too, by the real Snoop.
The real
He'd be my
Snoop.
age now. OG Snoop.
OG Snoop.
Him, I had another partner in my junior high school. His name is Durrell. They used to call him Hollywood. That was his signature move because he was a tall guy. 77. My first year in junior high.
First year junior high.
77. My first year in junior high. 77.
Wow. So check this out. If he's talking about seeing it in 73 and 77 is his first year of junior high, yo, that means in 73, this dude's like 9 years old. I think what's crazy is that 50 years later, we're like debating things and like analyzing things that were done by people, some of whom were not even 10. Go around and find a fucking, sorry. I don't know why, sorry for cursing. Find a 13-year-old, find a 10-year-old, and think about how crazy it would be to be debating what they were doing and what they called something. Poppin' Pete told me, I talked to him a few months ago, and he was like, King Cobra, get this, was 15 when he created the Cobra. 15. I think that's a huge thing that gets lost in all these discussions. We're debating things done by kids, what we would now call kids. I think it gives some like perspective on maybe how intense we should get about these things and how much maybe we should back off a little and like try to see each other's perspective, since we're basically arguing about things done by children. Just a thought.
A lot of things back then, we didn't label everything we did.
Right, because they're kids. They don't label everything.
It was Boogaloo 101, point blank dry. And whatever you did,
Point
it was
blank
all
dry.
part of one label, Boogaloo. All right? We're going to keep it 100. Because y'all need to get it. Y'all don't need to get nobody telling y'all this crap about these dreams out the sky and went to sleep like Jesus and woke up with these ideas and thoughts. God don't let you create like that.
It's a little shit talking. I feel that.
Thought process in your mind already.
That's a little bit of a shit talk.
But
I fucks
you
with
have
it.
to give
Throwing a little shade.
to whatever created anything. Like just like we got to get just do this structure right here. It's not brand new. This they didn't build like this 10 to 30,000 years ago. And we have to honor those people. Because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be able to do this at all. So you have to honor the Oakland Boogaloo, else you wouldn't be doing it at all.
Come on, let's watch. Okay. What he's saying is so real.
Those people.
Nothing comes out of nothing. Everything is just a part of history.
Like we got to get just do this structure right here.
People have been building arches, is what he's saying, for like 30,000 years.
1,000 years ago.
And so you got to give props. I give props.
You wouldn't be able to do this at all. So you have to honor the Oakland Boogaloo, else you wouldn't be doing it at all. Simple as that. Because that goes for me. That goes for everybody that done it. You know, if it came out of Palo Alto, I'd be saying Palo Alto did it. I'm gonna give praise due to it on the go. But that's not the case. Moving right along.
Props. Good message. Okay, the moment. What is this gonna be, a get down? Is that what we've all been waiting for? Oh, I forgot. Is he gonna come through on the backflip? Is he in socks? Socks in the park? Wow, he's an athletic guy. That's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that run. Look at the form. This dude's a gym. Look at the like pace. Da, da, da. That's like somebody who's a gymnast. Da, 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 da. Bah. And he stuck it. Stuck.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Look at that. Look at the swag. It's a triple OG swag.
51 years old.
51.
That's sick. That's sick. That's tight. That's tight. Hit that solo. I mean, Dan and Sam, Boogaloo Dan and Boogaloo Sam are both very similar names and pretty similar styles. I feel like Boogaloo Dan and Boogaloo Sam are more similar than Boogaloo Sam and Poppin' Pete. I might be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right on that, but that's like a thought. And yeah, that's tight. This feels good. I enjoy doing this. My name is Otis Funkmeyer. I hope that this video both inspires you, and please feel free to leave comments. I read the comments. I like discussing these things. These are things I care about. I really want this channel to be a home for very intelligent discussion on the history of the dance. I really care about the history of the dance a lot. And I want to be honorable and, you know, respectable in honoring the people that came before me and that created this thing that I feel so fortunate to have been introduced to. It totally changed my life and like expanded my life in ways I could only dream of. Anyway, I'll shut up. Otis Funkmeyer, Tick Tick Pop, peace out.